Key, welcome. Fragmatic, welcome. Z Fanatics, welcome one and all. Just about to get Chris and Kim on the phone. So yeah, let's get this show on the road. And hopefully it all works. Hopefully.
Can you hear me?
Good evening. Chris, hello. Can you hear me? Hold on, let me just make sure that everyone can hear me. Hello, hello. Can people not hear you on chat? Why can't people hear you? So I'm just trying to figure out the whole chat thing now. Right. You can hear him? You can hear him. Ah, they can hear you. Good.
That's good.
Good.
I'll give you my missus Discord if you want to add her and then invite her.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll just do that. We're just getting, we've got Chris and Kim, who are two of the founders of IconjureTV.
That's it?
Yeah, are the founders. So we're just going to get Kim in the chat. Right, I have sent them a friend request. Then we will add her to the channel. I can figure out how to do it, because I'm not sure. Right, let's,
right, she's accepted.
Cool. Right, let's see if I can. Right, hopefully this will bring her into the call that we are already in. No, it hasn't. It's brought a separate one. Right, okay, hold on. Hold on. Right, I need to figure out how to get this. Anyone know how to use Discord? Right, let's drag. That and that. Right, I should have now. I should have now invited you both to the. Hello, everyone. I can see you. I'm just sort of trying to get everyone sent into and added into channels and calls and everything else, which isn't quite working as well as I'd hoped. Right, come on, please work. No. Why is you not working? The channel is locked. Oh, okay. Right, let's try to. Right. Try now. Sorry guys, I am very new at this whole very new to this whole no, we can't join. Okay, right, okay. Oh, going well here. Isn't it? It's all going good, all going well. Hello?
Hello.
Hey! Yeah, I don't do Discord. Oh dear. Right, guys in the haunt, welcome Chris and Kim from IconjureTV. They are here. We're going to talk paranormal, and we're going to blow your minds.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes. So if you guys would like to introduce yourselves, and we'll get this show on the road.
So I'm Chris.
I'm Kim.
And we started IconjureTV recently. We were interested in the paranormal quite a while back. We were following Most Haunted a lot, that attended Most Haunted experiences. And And then from there, we decided to do our own because we wanted the activity to happen to us. And the rest is history, some would say. Kim, you want to add to anything?
No.
No, short and sweet. That's what I like. I am just putting. Right, guys, I've just put it in chat. The YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go and sub to it. It's these guys' channel. They've got some good investigations on there. They've got some good evidence. We're going to go through some of it tonight. Join them, sub to them, follow them on Twitter, show them support. Good people. They are generally good people. So what was it that ignited your interest in the paranormal? Is it something you've had for majority of your life, or is it purely from the Most Haunted days?
I've literally been watching Most Haunted since I was about 13. So it's like been a long time. And then obviously they started with the Most Haunted experiences and things, which we started to go on. And then we just carried on. Really, we decided that we'd go on our own, and then we recently started videoing everything for our own evidence and stuff, and decided to make a YouTube channel for it also.
Oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people. Most Haunted seems to be the start of majority of people's passion. For anyone that doesn't know, Most Haunted is a sadly proven entertainment show, as opposed to factual, of a group led by a vet fielding going ghost hunting, basically. Sadly, it got proved to be slightly less legit as we all hoped, but it's still entertaining. A bit like Ghost Adventures and Paranormal Lockdown, they all pretty much spawned around the same sort of time. Chris, were you the same? Was your paranormal interest peaked at that as well, or was yours from a lot longer ago?
Spoiler alert, I didn't believe at first. I met Kim. We've been together a fair few years now. Got less of a jail sentence, but yeah, I'm not going to go over that. And then she took me on a Most Haunted experience. No, we watched YouTube, I think, Most Haunted, or the TV series. And then I think I started debunking stuff at first, didn't I? And then eventually Kim was saying, keep watching, and then I kept watching and got interested, and here we are.
To be fair, debunking Most Haunted is actually quite a lot of fun.
Well, this is the thing, because it's like, I said to Chris, if we go and do our own, then, we know who's there, we can rule out what's what if it's just us.
I think with a lot of these, it's trusting your team.
Yeah.
I mean, I have it with the team that I'm in. I trust my team completely. So if they say they heard something, then they heard something.
Yeah, that's the same as us.
So, and I think you need that, and that's always why these. I mean, I did. I've done the ghost hunting tours as well. That's how I started. It didn't spark my interest, but it was what got me into the investigations, and I always found it very unsure when people were saying, "Oh, I can see a shadow in that door." Can you actually see a shadow in the door, or are you just swept up by the whole "I'm ghost hunting"? And I think when you find your own team, that disappears.
Yeah.
You've got the whole trust there with everyone, because you obviously know everyone that you're taking with you or whatever. So
exactly,
you're more obviously trustworthy of them sort of people.
Yeah, exactly. Guys in chat, if you have any questions that you want to ask us, jot them down in chat. If we don't see them, my mods are going to jot them down, and we'll do them all at the end, if that's all right with you guys.
Yeah, that's
do
fine.
like a Q&A at the end. Lovely.
I will say hello to Scotty, because he just said hello, I conjure, but
and he also said about Derek Akora, which is
hilarious. Yeah.
I was laughing when I saw that.
Oh, Derek. Gotta love Derek.
Oh, God.
Gotta love Derek. Bless his heart.
Is this stream PG or not?
Oh, go for it, mate. This is 18. Go. You say what you want. You say what you want.
What was it he said? Mary loves dick.
Yeah, Mary loves dick.
Mary loves dick. We could do a whole show just on Most Haunted floors.
True.
We really could. That's the problem. We really, really could. So, when it comes to the investigation side of it yourselves, what sort of investigators are you? Are you the sort who, I mean, I know the answer. This is more for the people in chat. Do you go into a location, stand deadly still, and wait for stuff to come to you, or do you go looking for whatever is supposedly in the area that you are?
I think we are kind of a hybrid group. So based on how we feel at the time, if we feel, I wouldn't say threatened, but you know, uneasy in a place, we will stick around and then move slightly towards any noises. But then some other locations, we will go hunting literally for, like, if we hear a noise, if we hear a bang, or if we hear a scream, we will go towards it. I think it just depends on the day, where we are, what's going on.
That's fair enough. I'm very much hear a noise, I'm going to it, regardless of personal safety. I'm gone.
Oh, well,
I'm one of them sort of people.
if it's me, like, you know, hear someone talk or hear footsteps, straight away I'm like, oh my god, what if that's a real person coming to murder us or something? So I'm like, run quick, get the stuff, go.
Funny enough, the group I'm in, because I'm involved in a group called Paranormal Shadow Investigations. I stole their name, they didn't steal mine. Just want to put that out there. And we've got a good mix. A couple of the guys will quite happily wait for stuff to happen, whereas I will go looking for stuff to happen. I want stuff to happen to me. It's a bit selfish, but I want the stuff to happen to me so I can go, yes, that's what happened, and you know, I will just wander off. I'm lethal in old buildings.
And then you could just be taken out and then be
Yeah.
the one coming through your spirit box.
Yeah. Well, that's, well, at least
Just
you know
say,
it's definitely
"I
good.
should-
Yeah,
I
at least you
shouldn't
know
have
it's good
done it."
evidence then. You know it's good evidence then. So what we're going to do on this is we're going to watch one of your videos, one of your investigations. We're going to watch it through so the guys in chat can see it. We've had a first question. What's the one location that would be a dream come true to investigate? So if you go first, and then I will answer. What one location, I'm assuming in the world, would you ultimately like to get your hands on?
I haven't got one, if I'm honest. I go off what people get. So if we see big YouTubers, small YouTubers going to a place and getting a lot of activity, that kind of draws me towards it. I'm a kind of follow what's happening right now. Not I've always wanted to go somewhere. I've not got that dream to go somewhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, see, for me, like, the thing is that it's an awkward one, isn't it? Because, like, you know, you could go to a forest like we went to, you know, a couple of weeks back, and we had so much going on. But then you could we've been to buildings, you know, like abandoned locations, and absolutely got nothing, where other people have got tons of evidence.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, you just kind of play it by ear, and wherever's the best, that ends up being the best location that you just want to go back to again and again.
A bit like a don't want to meet your heroes sort of thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's fun.
for me personally, I'd love if I ever got the chance to go to do an investigation at the sanitarium in the States. I've seen so much evidence of stuff there, and the Amityville house.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
maybe the Conjuring house as well. That's supposed to be.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. There was rumblings that my group may potentially be able to get over there, but then COVID hit, and I don't know what's happening with that. So
Well, that's that one.
it would be nice if it does happen in the future, because I'd love to get my hands on the Conjuring house, to be fair. But I think the people that run my group may possibly not let me go, because I will go wandering off, and that's probably not the place to go wandering off.
No, I wouldn't be going wandering off down there myself either.
We've also got another question saying, how do you know which pictures or footage of so-called spirits are real or fake? We'll answer that later.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Thank you for the new follow, Bev. 52 Mother, thank you. We'll answer that photo question when we're looking at the photos, because I've found a load of famous ghost photos, and I'd love to hear your opinion on them. So that'll be a bit later. So we won't forget that one, Shell. Right, let's bring up this first video that I've got of yours. Right, this is Chanook Chase Forest.
Panic.
Cannock. So we're going to watch this, guys. Hopefully you guys can hear it. We'll watch the video and then we will go back over and we'll talk about the what the atmosphere was like, stuff that wasn't in the video, and just sort of go over the evidence and see if we can help debunk to a degree.
Yeah.
Maybe give suggestions that we can see that you guys couldn't at the time, and vice versa. Don't worry, we won't get nasty. Not till I know you better.
I know you've got. I know you've got some thoughts on stuff.
I've got some thoughts on a couple of bits, which I'd love to hear what the rest of you guys think. So we're going to play the video. I'm going to disable the overlay so you guys can see the whole video. And yeah, right, let's have a look. Right, chat's going to be going off as well, guys, just for the time being. We'll watch the video. My face is still ugly on the screen, I'm afraid, and then we'll go from there. First off, where did you get that creepy picture? That's not one of your kids, is it? Because that is a creepy kid.
Google.
Google. Thank God for that. I was going to say.
It's a picture of me when I was 10.
Oh, dear God! That when I saw that, I was like, okay, that's creepy. I'm not watching that.
That's the missus just stooping in an alleyway.
Oh, okay. We'll comment on it as we're watching it. Then it's easier then, because these sort of things are just going to happen. So, guys, their channel is investigations of this standard. They are good investigations. So make sure you give them a follow. So, do you guys want to point out which of you are on the video?
Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel tonight.
I am
Castle Ring.
the one with the cap backwards,
As you can
and
see in the
Kim is
background.
the introduction.
I know it used to be a
Is that
castle.
what you say?
Foundation is
The
a castle,
female at
still
front with the
in this
glasses.
area, but,
Ah,
But
okay.
you can't really.
well, there is no castle, obviously.
Alright. See, that's nowhere near as loud for one, and for two, that to me sounds more like a cricket.
Is that sort of gurgly noise that you can hear? I have to admit, when I heard that, I thought that, because I watched it first off, and I tried to disregard what people are saying, so I can sort of make my own mind up on the noise, and I thought it sounded like a cricket, to be honest, or
Yeah.
maybe even a frog, or some sort of animal, but it does sound odd. But that could be the acoustics of the forest. Is the forest quite thick? Is it quite thick, sort of woodland, or is it quite sparse where you were at that time?
It was sparse where we were at the time, but we moved into quite thick woodland.
Okay.
Yeah, more around the back.
More than about when it's a lot more dense, yeah.
Yeah.
And to note,
Yeah.
the missus debunked that straight away. She was like, "That's not. Did you see that? That sounds like
They're
a
about the
cricket."
helicopter.
Yeah, I thought it
Or a
didn't sound
helicopter.
like a cricket. It sounded a bit like like a UFO when it's spinning, like a bit 70s
Yeah.
noise. That's that's how it sounded. But yeah, I just thought it's obviously a bug of some sort.
Yeah, it does sound. It doesn't sound paranormal, so I'd agree with you on that one. Which is a shame, because it would have been something that I've not
Could have been
heard
a
of before.
dead cricket making
Yeah.
contact.
Oh yeah, different. Ah, the cat balls. Gotta love the cat balls. Would you say that's your go-to instrument when it comes to investigations?
Well, yes, but I've recently come to think about that it projects energy. So I think when the ghosts are like interacting with them, it's building energy as well.
Yeah, that's a good shout. It's a good shout.
I mean, we do get a bit of, like, a fair lot of intelligent responses, like using the balls as a yes, no,
Yeah.
yes, flash for yes, and
That's always a good one. I mean, when we watched the video, there was that you can see. I'm assuming none of you are moving because you couldn't hear footsteps.
That's
yeah,
it.
we were all stood still.
So that is good because you've got the whole stall in shot, and it's reacting. So that's an intelligent spirit as opposed to a
Yeah.
residual.
Yeah.
The thing is that, come on.
See, I think at one point here we do move the balls around
Not a single ball flash. Nothing.
just to make sure
Just to make
that
sure.
you know.
I mean, that's turning off as and when you're asking it to.
Yeah.
See, I like that. That's to me something that more investigators need to do. Of, is it a malfunctioning ball? So therefore,
Yes, this is our
swap it
whole
over.
thing.
Yeah,
Because I mean, on our most recent one, we swapped them over because it was going mad, but then all the balls were going off then. So
yeah.
That's only that's definitely another one.
I mean, when you picked that ball up, was it cold? Was it warm? Was there any temperature difference when it comes to that ball when you picked it up?
Not that I noticed. No.
So straight away, the fact that you were that close to the stall, and when you walked, they didn't move. So that.
And then they noticed that ball's not going off anymore. So if that was faulty, that would still be going off, surely. Do you know what I mean? If there's something wrong with the ball. Yeah, definitely.
there you go. That's what I'm saying. If the ball's
Yeah.
faulty, it would be still going off.
I love them cat balls. I've got about 12 myself. Suitcase full of cat balls.
Yeah. Possibly. That sounded deeper than a...
Yeah, it sounded like it would have been a big one though, because the sound carries into it.
Come on, use our energy and the balls flash, please.
Don't get the K2 out in there. We got K2 out, haven't we?
Can you do me a favour? Can you
Yeah.
just pause the video so I can see what time frame you're on? Because what's happening is if I listen to the stream, watching the video, our voices come through. So what I'm doing, I'm opening the YouTube video now,
Oh, okay.
marking it up where you are, so we can watch it without the.
Without my dulcet tones.
No, not yet. It's when I talk, when I hear myself, it puts me off. I lose track of what for.
How do you think I feel, mate? This is my channel. I'm like that. When that bit that we were discussing earlier, Chris, comes up, can you mention it so I can pause it and go back and we can listen again? I can listen again. Chat can listen, and we can try to figure out what that sound is that you mentioned earlier. You know that one that you said you timestamped, and I said it sounded like that particular
A
thing.
car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're on about here.
So when that
Right, okay.
happens, let us know in case I miss it, because I've got a fan because it's hot. It's like an oven in this place. So
Okay.
I've not got as clear hearing as I would have normally.
Okay, we'll go.
It's serious.
That's fucking expressing off it, isn't it?
Definitely it's in everywhere.
See, I hear voices.
No, they walk past the car. Because there are those people that we've just seen. Oh, sorry, yeah.
See, just to note, this is us confirming that there's people walking around the castle ring.
Ah, okay.
At first, we did hear like it didn't make sense, but then we noticed that there were people walking around the castle
Ah, okay.
ring.
Yeah, there's always the joys of open air investigations.
Yeah. That's me saying about the REM pod, and they might be walking a dog. If the REM pod goes off, the dog might come to us.
Yeah.
Make one of the balls flash again.
What's interesting is the fact that as soon as you moved that ball, the activity just stopped.
That's it, yeah.
Did you just whisper that?
I heard something.
I thought it was you.
You
I thought it was you.
straight ahead in them bushes. That's what I heard.
I didn't hear it. I heard it more towards you.
See, I thought it was you. That's why I didn't
It
say
It's like
anything.
a,
It was like a
Yeah, like,
So-
like a breath out sort
Yeah.
of thing.
Listening back to that when I was editing it, it sounded like someone was taking a bite on an apple.
What, the crunch?
Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, see, I assumed that was possibly a shuffling of feet onto a leaf.
Yeah.
Sometimes the old leaves, the bigger leaves, do have that sort of crunch, but that is going off headphones. Obviously, you guys were there, but it's not one that I personally would go. That might be if you got the do you audio record your investigations as well, or do you just video?
It's just video.
So you
together.
couldn't get the sound file that was recording at the same time and listen to that noise again to sort
I
of
would love to do that. I don't know how.
digital recorder. Just stick one. Just stick one in your pocket or on your backpack. I've done that a couple of times, and you'd be amazed what you find, what you catch, just by having a little.
Might do that.
Just having a little dictaphone.
Yeah, we've got one of them, like an EVP recorder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, my group's got 2 or 3, so I tend to put mine on to actually record the whole thing, and then I'll listen back to when people have gone, "Oh, did you hear that?" to see if the dictaphone's picked it up.
Yeah.
Also, the older style tape dictaphones are fantastic.
Yeah, like the Panasonic and all that lot.
The old school ones, the ones you have to rewind.
Ah, right. Yes, I know what you mean.
Yeah, the old analog tapes.
I'll just revert you back to your chat. Manya said I can barely hear anything, and then Bev said me neither. I don't know if it's a setting.
Yeah, I can't. The video, the volume on it is as loud as I can put it. What I'll do is I will post the link of the video. We'll do that now, actually.
Yeah, it's probably best that all of us watch it in sync, kind of thing.
Right. That's the video that we are currently watching, guys. If you want to load it up to have your own volume, that's what you need to click on. And while you're there, hit subscribe. And we're 7 minutes 50 into it. If you want to carry on and watch it with us, so you can have it at your own volume, feel free. I'm still sorting out how to get volume higher on certain things than others, so you'll have to bear with me for the first couple until I figure it all out. Right, but if everyone ready, we'll carry on. I'll turn my mic off as well because you've got a bit of background fan noise, and I'll crank the volume right up.
Yeah, I did as well.
No.
What me was he?
That was
I don't
straight
think
No,
ahead.
he wasn't.
Yeah. No, you know when you think. No, you know when you think to yourself, "Oh God," do you know what I mean? But no, because I thought it was you. So
And I thought I heard it down this path here.
That's why I love you, Maker's dog. Loads happen.
But one thing to note, like you say, ball hasn't gone off again for a while.
Exactly. So it's not dodgy or broke or anything.
So no one can say that.
No.
Well,
And it's still
if-
turned on, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not switched it off.
Well, if that was you, thank you.
Do you know what might be a good idea? Where's the EVP?
You're get comfy.
Try and keep the balls in shot.
Right. Everyone stay still. If there's anyone here with us, do you know what? Thinking about it, it's fucking pointless with that effort going on in here.
Do you hear footsteps then?
Well, there's PG out the window.
It's fine. It's an 18 stream, mate. We're fine. It's my mic that's causing the background noise, so.
That's my stomach.
I heard something, maybe.
Yeah, me too.
Clicking.
Do you want me to tell you what it sounds like? It sounds like a device, whether it's a radio or whatever, and the batteries are running low.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's a, and then it gets a bit more life.
And we just heard footsteps
Yeah.
and it clicking.
Hello, is there anybody there? Hello?
That's Wally Shaw.
Let me just delete there. I don't know how to delete it. Right.
Tell you what then, it's free in here right now.
Yeah, I love his face.
Right, is everyone still on recording? If there's anybody here with us now, I've got a device in my hand. If you come and talk into it, we can hear what you're saying.
Right, ready? Hello, is that...
Is there anyone here with us now? What the? That's the first time I've heard that.
It's like a door creaking.
What's your name? Listen, it said listen.
As they come on.
Your chat is asking a question.
My chat was asking a question. Can you give us some information on the app? What does it do? How does it work? Is it like the Spirit Box? I've never used it personally. That app.
Right, so yeah, so basically it's like a sound bank, should you say. So it's like there's certain things in it, like sounds like, so say it'll go yeah, like different sounds of different words, and then supposedly the spirits are able to manipulate that and create words out of the noises that are in that app. We're a bit skeptical. Well, we were skeptical about it, to be honest, to begin with, but we've had some intelligent responses from it, so we're kind of like, we're going with what the viewers want, and we've asked them what they want to see, and they're interested in the app. So
yeah, that's very much like the old Spirit Boxes.
Yes.
The guy that one of the guys that runs my group actually makes them, the Spirit Boxes, and he's got about 5 or 6 apps on Android, all basically do the same thing.
Yes.
Wow.
Basically takes
That's
a
really
word,
good then.
Takes a word. I'll send you the link of a couple of the apps that he uses, and because he does it as, he does what you got. He does what we do, so he's not going to put words in. I've seen the banks myself. I've seen what words are in it, and half the words that we get on investigations are not in it.
Yeah.
So, because I know the ones he does, I don't know about this one that you use, but it basically takes the word, cuts it into sort of 1/1000th of a second, and will just randomly go through all of them one at a time.
Yeah,
So-
until it makes like a word for itself. I mean,
Yeah.
on one of our previous videos, we were in a disused railway tunnel, and it said railway.
Yeah.
And that's random as it comes. I mean, none of us had said that, or why would it just come out and say that?
And another thing to note, in our latest video that's coming out next weekend,
Nice plug, by the way.
Go check it out.
Nice plug. Nice plug.
We ran 2 apps together, 2 paranormal apps, as people would say, and I believe they ran in sync and got some intelligence responses together. And I said,
it's brilliant.
so that's what I was trying to do, I was trying to push away any debunkers that were going to come in and go, yeah, that app might listen to you, it might know your location and know the history.
When it comes to spirit boxes, even the like SB devices, people always go, oh well, that word's just programmed in. They're not.
Yeah.
If you get a word on a spirit box, a complete word, maybe even a sentence like that, Kim, come on in, that isn't possible randomly. That's been manipulated. The odds of you getting a whole sentence
And the person who's there, the name of the person who's there,
exactly, are billions to 1. You've got more of a chance of getting struck by lightning after winning the lottery. That's it's trying to get that over to people, is when you see them in films and they're coming out with full-blown sentences, it doesn't work like that.
No.
If you're very lucky, you'll get 3 or 4 words that make sense. Usually
yeah, like
it's
this
just
one
simple.
that's paused at the moment. You know, are you coming?
That is very rare. That's brilliant. But the problem is, you're always going to get people. You'll get the believers who will go, that's fantastic, and you'll get the skeptics that'll go, it's part of the app.
Yeah.
You could make your own spirit box out of an old FM radio.
Just scanning the frequencies, isn't it, like on the old radios?
Yeah, I mean, I think my group's got an old 60s radio, and it's basically got a little motor on the back, which you turn on, and it goes through the frequencies. You can see the dial spinning round.
Yeah. And am I right in thinking your friend give Nick an app or something to Nick Groff? He said
I will show you the video of it because it's on their channel. Matt is so proud of that. The visual feedback loop. He explains it so much better than I do. You basically have an old projection TV. You put a webcam in front of it, and you basically filming the feedback. So like you get like a feedback loop, and the theory is that spirits can imprint their image on the screen.
Wow.
So you're not filming anything, you're just filming itself.
Right,
so it's
okay.
like an infinite loop. Nick Groff was interested in using it for one of his investigations. So Matt sent it to America, and Nick used it on Paranormal Lockdown. I will show the video because I do know where it is, and sent it back, and him and Katrina had signed it, and Nick's joined us for lives, and Nick and Matt have become quite good friends through it.
That's crazy.
Nick caught a figure on it.
I'm jumping ahead anyway, aren't I? I think
you're miles ahead.
You had this planned, didn't you?
That's fine. No,
I've killed it.
You've killed it. That's it now. All over. Good night, people. Right, let's carry on with the video because I want to get to this particular bit of evidence.
Okay.
Because I want to get my claws into it to sort of listen to it a few times and see if what I thought I heard was right and what chat here. So let's get back to it. But yeah, we'll talk a bit more about the apps because I've got some equipment that I'll show on camera just so you guys can see the sort of stuff we use, and we can sort of give vague explanations on how they work. Because none of us really know. We just turn it on and see if it does flashy lights. Right, let's turn this back on. But that Are You Coming, Kim Come In is very good evidence on these apps. Very good evidence.
I like clapping, that did.
Yeah, like a round of applause.
Eerie.
What's your name?
Dean.
I think it sounded like
Keen?
Keen or something.
Shall we leave?
Whose belly was that? Is that a belly? Does someone's belly rumble? I heard like a. Like that.
If you're here with us, can you tell us what year it is?
I wasn't aware there was women's voice on that app.
Oh yeah, there's like
Is there male and female word banks?
so basically you can hear like an adult male, adult female, but you can also hear as well sometimes like children's voices as well.
Yeah. Be interesting to see what the word
Oh,
banks
really?
are on them.
Manya in your chat said I heard a kid say daddy.
Ooh. How?
Yeah.
What was the timestamp? And we'll have a look back. What time was that, Manu and Scott? And we'll go back and have a listen. Teeny tiny bit back.
If you're here with us, can you tell us what year it is?
Daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard
Is there
that.
anything you want to say?
And it was in a child's voice. But that could just be the app.
What did that say then?
It's not like it said do it again, but I don't know. I definitely heard again.
Just to note, Carnage 1990 in the chat is one of the guys that come with us.
He's the cameraman this night.
He's doing the cover. Pragmatic is me, by the way. We've all got awesome nicknames, honestly. For coming with Chris, everyone's like, "Who's this Chris?" Coming with Pragmatic, go, "This guy's cool."
I have that with my name. I say, oh, it's Rob, and they go, but I say Para, and they know exactly what I'm talking about. But welcome to the channel, Alex.
I've said you're muted, apparently.
Yeah, I was muted, so I've. And Steph says hi too.
Oh, Steph's the one that's paused on there with
Steph's
the
one holding the phone.
That's
yes.
the one.
Ah, and
I'm that beautiful. I'm that beautiful human being on the right.
This beautiful figure,
looking like he's seen a ghost, literally.
Looking a bit like Paddy McGuinness.
Go on. Stay.
That sounded like say kill me.
Body or party?
Shall we stay here or continue on? Stay. Stay or say. You did?
Body.
Did that say kill me? That sounded like it said kill me. I'll have to listen to that again when I've got my better headphones on.
OZ Phonetics is my cousin, so they are watching as well.
Okay, welcome. Welcome all the iConjure people. Welcome.
And I will just say, the IconjureTV team, make sure you follow this guy. He's a top guy.
Oh, thank you. Yes,
He did promote the shizzle out of us.
I promoted the shit out of this stream and everyone. Thanks Scott for putting that in, guys. Anyone that doesn't already follow iConjure, make sure you do. These guys are good.
He is, Manya, I agree.
Oh, Manya's my sister from another mister.
Ah. Hello, Melissa. Zed Fanatics is Kim's cousin, by the way.
Okay.
I did probably just repeat that. I've just seen the message.
There's lots of people here that I've not seen before, so all of you are very welcome. Hopefully that you enjoy it.
Do your party?
Did you just say body?
It sounded like it came from over that way. I act like a proper, it was you making a noise.
I didn't do that.
still going off.
Yeah. Oh, step away.
Oh. Thank you. If you are so basically, we were having a few issues with the mic. That's what the heavy bass noises that you can hear, because we've just recently had a new camera, so.
Okay.
I researched it that you might need something at the back of the mic, which I'm going to look into if we use the mic again.
Okay.
It's something like that.
That was you. Could you do it again for us, please? If you could light another one of the balls up, that'd be brilliant.
Hello? Sounds like a door creaking.
Yeah.
Make your footsteps louder.
These balls haven't gone off, I think.
We just want to communicate. You can come and make one of these balls flash.
Oh, there you go. Alex, quick.
Thank you.
Keep them on here now. Keep it on here. Because that's a different ball now.
Yeah,
Them
it
balls
is.
have gone off down there. This ball's gone off.
Yeah.
So you are here then. Make one of these balls flash again. Do you know he's... Oh, there you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you know what's weird is, again, it's when you're not really
Yeah.
asking, when you're just talking
Yeah.
or whatever.
It's like
Like
you're
when
building up the energy, isn't
we
it?
were distracted by whatever was going on behind there, and these lights were
Yeah.
going off, and I turned around.
Thank you. Did you die here?
What sort of time in the evening are we looking here at this moment in time? Are we talking?
It was
like,
about 11 or 11, I think.
So it's
just
not.
a-
It's not something you'd expect people going for a jog.
No,
No,
So-
definitely not.
And there's a couple of things to note. When I was editing this, I cut it because obviously the audio issues we were having, it was really bad. But also, like then, just before you hear me in the background saying I'm going to burp, so I'm kind of like preempting myself while I'm editing it, so I don't go, what was that? You know, because we could put everything in, but we want to be true to the source that we get.
But that's the thing. A lot of groups that you find on YouTube more than anything, because the whole paranormal show has spawned so many people trying to get on that bandwagon.
Yeah,
That the genuine stuff either gets lost, where they're trying to make stuff happen artificially,
yeah,
or they're just dismissing it because they don't know what they're looking for.
that's it, yeah.
And you find a lot of the people on YouTube will put stuff on there that is so blatantly something else,
Yeah,
and like a door shut, and it's like, well, if you look at the camera 2 seconds before, you can see someone leave the room, so that's probably them coming back in.
yeah. And that's why we throw up question marks on the video, because we don't know, and we want the viewers to decide. Well, not say to decide, but to discuss, because when we were there, we have no idea what it was. Like, constantly we were throwing up the flashlight to find like an animal moving, and there was nothing. We were looking at the trees moving, they weren't
Yeah,
moving.
that's the joy of outside investigations. That is,
Yeah,
you get wind, animals, people. Just, I'm pretty sure Mother Nature just goes, "Oh, I'll fling this weird noise in. it's nature, but they don't know that, and so I've done outside investigations, and even bugs that you don't think would make noise, they walk over a bit of loose brick or over something that's slightly on edge and something falls.
Yeah.
Scares the living crap out of you, but
Yeah,
it's a
it
bug.
does. Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's not an easy job. People think it's easy, the paranormal investigating. It's far from it, but it's very rewarding. Which I'm sure you guys
Especially
would
when you
agree.
catch something that you know, you would never expect.
Yeah, exactly.
Can we use footsteps louder?
Come and walk around us so we can hear your footsteps.
Don't be afraid of us, we're not afraid of you.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
That's epic.
Thank you. I've got Ghostbusters themed alerts, so thank you for the follow. I think that scared the living shit out of a couple of people watching.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't part of our video.
I would prefer.
Oh no, I've just got word syncs. I've got to be careful of copyright. That's the problem.
True. Yes, I probably just done it right there.
Yeah, that's it now.
That's
This
it.
whole stream's now going to be
Shut down.
Going to be muted, and yeah.
We even speak in one of our ears.
Yeah, we've heard you talking to us.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Now you guys are doing it on purpose. I love it. I love it. Thank you. Keep it going. Thank you very much, Carnage.
This is literally us. I cannot see a thing.
It's pitch black dark.
I can see the moon there.
Literally just see
That's
a
it.
tiny little bit of moonlight there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Anything past that? No.
Can you make these balls flash again for us? If you're still here. What running the hell? It's all around us. Did you hear that then?
Yeah.
Dude, they've run that way. Look up at the trees. They're barely moving. So
You don't have to stop the video, but just to note
you can hear
that we hear a lot more than what's coming through the file, like when I was editing.
No, that's not.
So when we're hearing stuff, I'm not
Yeah.
throwing it up on the screen
Yeah.
because you can't actually hear it as a viewer.
See, this is a situation where all of a sudden you just see a
In random
mid-shaped
yeah,
blur
in
coming in
random
towards
places
the
as well.
noises.
Yeah.
I'll be gone. I'll be gone. Oh, there's a noise over there. Oh, really? Let's go find it. Boom, I'm gone.
But the thing is, we have realised going towards the noise, they just send you back and forth.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
very
we
true.
do.
And that's fine, man, yeah.
We'll make one of these
I know-
balls
I-
flash again.
I know who your favourite is.
Well, we know you can do it. You've done it a couple of times for us. You know they're not going to hurt you. I know, didn't I? I just did like a thump.
Do you guys do much research on the location before you go? Or do you tend
Yeah.
to wait to see what evidence you get and then try to match it with evidence?
Yeah, we do research. Alex, who's Carnage, he does quite a bit for us. I've looked at a few things. Kim, she's done a few things. We take it in turns. So whoever finds a location or comes across it.
So whoever finds it does the research on it and goes
Yeah.
from that. Okay.
Like that, but down there.
What, where you can see the lights, where you can see the city?
Not quite that far across. A little bit to the left where these two thick trees are.
Mm.
Just here in between them at the bottom where the floor is.
See, listen.
There's no movement at all now. No footsteps, no nothing.
Just to break up, you can hear a car then.
Further around, or do you want to go a bit further in?
Yeah, I was about to say.
Go a bit further than you.
So we are near a road.
Yeah, I was about to
I
say,
don't
you
like
can't
that.
hear cars.
Come on, Mum.
I'm going home.
Yeah, we won't get content.
Content for the viewers. We do all this for you guys, and let me tell you, I am poopy neat. So,
The team is from
any
your
of you
neck
guys
of the
want to
woods,
come
Bev.
join us?
Bev and Scott are from Stoke. So they're your neck of the woods, Bev.
Oh wow.
Child or a woman gets that.
Oh my god, I can't see jack shite. We need the K2 out. Where's the K2? Is your phone on airplane mode? Yeah. You're best having the K2 then.
Just in there.
Where the flashy balls usually are. Yeah, whistle.
Yeah.
Like it down there again.
If there is anybody there,
Just get
can you please copy me?
Oh my, get the torch on, I can hear fucking footsteps.
Hello, is there anybody there?
Of course there's not anybody there. Bloody crazy be out here at this time of night.
Not like
Really,
us.
yeah.
Exactly, we are.
Exactly my point, bloody crazy.
The tagline for all paranormal investigators: no one's mad enough to be out here at this time of night apart from us.
Yes, that is very true. I think that every time we
That's
go
the
out.
one. Except for murderers who are burying bodies.
Yeah, but they just help us. They just give us more people to talk to.
Again.
That's a positive way of looking at it.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
That's me, sorry.
Thank you for the follow. I love the fact you're scaring my chat. It's great. It's alright until Manu starts doing the jump scares, and then that scares the living hell out of everyone, including me.
Just as Steph started speaking about.
What is it? That's the wind.
Yeah, that's trees.
That's the wind.
Let me tell you what it sounds like. It sounds like someone's walking through the trees.
Sounded like,
That transition just
sounded like somebody shut the car.
just shit me up.
There's no fucking car.
You did it. That's what's even funnier.
I
than
know.
You actually made that, and it shit you up.
Yeah, like a fun.
Love it.
Oh, oh.
Thank you.
Could you do that for us again, please?
Again, it's when you're not paying any attention.
They call it like callback banana, don't they?
Yeah, like as if they want you to know they're there. If you go near to that green light, go near to the green light, that's all you have to do. Stand next to it and it'll light up.
I found that a lot of when you turn your back, the lights go off and the K2s go off and the lens go off, tend to be women or children. From my personal experience, because they're almost, they know you're there and want to make contact, but they don't, so they sort of wait until you're not looking and then sort of approach slowly, is what I found personally when I've done the same sort of experiment with REM pod.
What was that?
And then I'll get a child's voice on the EVP or the spirit box.
Interesting.
It was like a torch flashed on and off.
This is what I was saying earlier.
We need to be careful. I can hear it there again.
To be fair, at least you're not getting shot at in this one.
Well, there is that.
Were actually shot at a previous investigation, which is on YouTube. It's actually quite funny, in a very dangerous way, but it is quite amusing that they're doing an investigation and someone's taking pot shots at them. Luckily, no one was hurt.
Maybe funny for the viewers, yeah.
Oh yeah, for you it must have been terrifying, but for the viewers, it made me chuckle.
Just for the chat,
I've had a lot of things.
We are releasing Iconjure Kevlar, and we are wearing it right now.
They now wear full body armour.
Yeah.
And Chris doesn't carry
body armour bras.
Oh, is this the part you were on about?
Yes, that. Now, this is.
Noise.
Thank you, Manya. Luckily, I saw it come up on the screen. If I
what
turned
the
around,
hell was that?
That's a. I've got sound alerts, so people pay bits to basically try to scare the living crap out of me.
Well,
I think it's
weird for me.
I think it worked.
You have to change my underwear.
Oh dear, Amanda loves doing that. She tries her best to scare me. Yeah, that noise. When I heard it, I was like, looking back at the earlier in the video when you hear the cars, it sounds like a car revving away.
Right, so basically, you know the car noise that you can hear?
Yeah.
It is when we when you listen to it with headphones on, it's not the car noise that we're sort of relating to. If you listen just before the car noise, when the question marks come up, there is another noise.
Oh, what? Just before what sounds like the rev?
Yes, because that is I think that is like a motorbike or something with a big loud exhaust that goes past, and it's just before that, and you can hear something.
Okay.
But with it being a bit quieter on the stream, I think you're probably going to need it a bit.
I might have to
louder.
I might have to crank the volume right up and hope that no one does scare things. Because
what I do is play it about 3 times without the mic on, whack the volume up.
Okay, right. So we're all going to turn our mics off for a second, just so we can play this sound a couple of times, just so you guys can hear it.
Knock on one of the trees.
What was that? What was that? That sounds like a woman's car, like
yeah. You do it louder.
See, it isn't that part. It's when it's as soon as the question marks come up.
I'll have to get that on my good headphones. I can't.
Yeah.
Plug it in, but
I can hear it when I've watched it back on the YouTube channel. I can definitely hear it, but I can't hear it on the stream for some
Do
reason.
me a favour.
Yeah.
Before it does the replay, because the replay I think kills it on the, you know what I mean, on the stream coming from the video. Go on the first bit without the replay. I can hear it myself on watching the stream, and it's like a exactly like that.
Like a woman crying.
Now I know what I'm listening for, guys. Keep an eye on chat. See if you guys can hear it as well. I trust these guys. That I can't hear it personally, but there's definitely something there apart from the engine noise. I just can't figure out what it is. So I'm going to crank the volume right up, turn the microphone off, and we'll see if we can hear it.
What was that?
I'm not joking, yeah. It was like the whole area lit up.
Come on, walk around us. Make your footsteps loud. Or knock on one of the trees.
What was that? What was that? Sounds like a woman's cry, like a...
I can hear like a little whimper, but I don't know whether that's just because of you guys telling me what it is.
Yeah, it could be. Honestly, it could be anything.
I'll have a listen to that again later when I haven't got the fan going on and not melting.
If I'm honest, mate, I'm with you on it. That obviously you can hear the car noise. There's no doubt about that.
Oh yeah, there's definitely
could be
something at the
a skid.
beginning because the tone's different.
Yeah, it could be a skid. It could be a skid from the car, but because we've heard it from the team, acknowledge it, and we're thinking it actually sounds like a woman going, oh, and
Yeah.
at that time it sounded dead like it.
But when we were, I was going to say, when we were actually there and you actually listening to it, you could obviously we heard the car, and I think at one point, obviously you wouldn't have heard it because of the noise, but I did say that's a car or something like that,
Yeah.
and we could hear the cry in between.
Because you can hear a different tone from the beginning
Yeah.
to when the car starts.
Yeah, we were just very unlucky that the car was there at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think if the car wasn't there, you would have caught it perfectly.
Yeah.
I could actually hear it better without the enhancement, to be honest, on the stream, just when I was listening to it then, I could hear it better without the replay.
Okay. I will have another listen. Because you can definitely hear a change of tone pre-rev.
Yeah. We're okay to crack on with the video,
Yeah.
but just to note, that's why I threw up a question mark, because we aren't saying it was a woman moaning. We heard it like that,
Yeah.
but that's why we want people to discuss it, what they think, and you have already expressed your opinion on it, which we appreciate.
I think as an investigator, you've got to be open to people's views on it. I can definitely hear a tonal change. It isn't a car.
Yeah.
I can't say for definite, yes, that's definitely a whimper, but you can definitely hear a change of tone from something very high pitched to the rev.
Yeah.
You can definitely hear. I just can't put my finger on what that noise is, but there's definitely a noise there. I just can't put my finger on what
It could be people hitting your follow button, which they should be doing right now.
It keeps making noises then. Keeps making loads of noises. Thank you again for the plug. If you are enjoying the chat, make sure that you hit that follow button. If you really enjoy that, hit that sub button. Get some fancy emotes that are flying around the screen, and make sure that you click the YouTube link for IconjureTV and give them a sub as well.
Thank you very much.
That's no worries.
Do it louder.
You know what they're doing, aren't they? They're circling us.
Yeah. Come on, I'm not scared of you. Come closer.
That noise again. Yeah.
I heard it then.
I did hear it again.
I heard it.
Yeah.
Then. That was a woman. That was a woman's, not scream, but a woman calling out.
Yeah.
I could hear it then more than I could hear it with the motorbike. Or the
That's
car.
it, yeah.
That sounded like a... That's my impression of what I heard.
Yeah, that's what we heard as well.
Yeah, if that's what you heard, that's definitely a woman or a very unwell fox. But I'm going on. It sounds more like a woman
Unwell
than a
fox.
It does sound like a woman's, a very distant woman's cry. But I heard it better then than I did earlier, and the fact that is it Steph?
Yes.
Said that's the same noise. Then I can now, when I look back, I now know what I'm listening for.
Yeah.
Because I now know what I heard. That clear as a bell. and hopefully you guys in chat did as well.
Can you light this ball up again for us? You know all you've got to do is touch it.
I don't know if that's a tree down there, but I feel like I can see a figure down there, but I think it might be a tree. You know, and like your eyes are trying to play tricks on you. Whoa.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, alright.
Plenty of trees.
Oh yeah. Just move the torch, man. Yeah, it could have been a tree.
Does anyone get the
Yeah,
feeling?
I think it's that really thin tree at the back.
Does anyone get the feeling being watched?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, that was definitely. It sounded like a woman going, ah!
Behind you. Just rustling.
I thought I saw something there in the corner.
It was like on ground level as well, so what can be moving on ground level? There you go. Just ignore them. Maybe all around, honestly.
It feels like there's loads of bushes on the floor.
Yes.
Like as if it's running
Yeah,
through the
rustling
bushes.
through bushes,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what
But
I
there's
no
no
bushes.
bushes. Yeah.
Bushes there.
Yeah, but we're
Yeah, but
talking over this
we're
way.
around
Yeah.
this way to your left, yeah.
Yeah, I keep hearing
I know,
noises
I know
down
you've got
there
the
more than
trees, but it
anything.
doesn't sound like it's high up. It sounds like it's more low.
There's trees everywhere though. If
Yeah.
you wouldn't hear it from just one place. If it was the wind and it was the trees, you would
You
hear
do
it
all
from
through, yeah.
from yeah, not just one place. Do you know what it sounds like? Someone going like this, like doing slow footsteps.
Yeah. But again, like through bushes, like
Yeah.
through grass or whatever.
We can see there's definitely nothing there.
100% nothing there. Oh, fucking hell, Big Daddy on there, good.
Has also showed something that I was going to talk about later with the whole pareidolia thing, where Steph said, "Oh, there's a person there. Oh, but it might be a tree."
Yes.
That's perfect, because what you'll find, if you don't investigate, you encounter pareidolia a lot more than you ever realise. Where you've got trees that will resemble people, and trees with faces on, and when you take photographs, you'll have things and you think, "There's a face there." No, that's just bricks. Because pareidolia is basically the effect of your human mind trying to find something it recognises. So it will normally look for faces and people.
Yeah.
So I have found a couple of good examples, which we'll have a look in a second, of pareidolia. So when you look at some photos, some of them are just pareidolia. What Steph did there was a perfect example of seeing it and straight away going, no, that's a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have gone, no, that's a figure, scream, run away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's something that people that don't investigate, you need to be aware of, is not everything is shadow figures. You do get natures of your mind playing tricks on you with nature. Trees are the worst for that, because you can get all sorts of shapes in trees. But I like the fact that straight away, oh no, it's a tree. There was no reaction. That's
Yeah, this is a thing, see, because obviously, you know, we want to try and make it as well. It is just the real stuff that's going on there. It's
Yeah.
not all sort of just theatrical as such.
But that's why because when I've looking at groups to contact, and I saw your YouTube channel, I looked at your investigations. There was no bullshit. It was question marks of, we think we've heard something. What do you think? Not this is what we've heard, because people then go, oh yeah, I can hear that. Well, can you, or are you just thinking you can hear that?
That's it, yeah.
And same with vision, with photographs.
Yeah.
So-
We had a REM pod action at the very first part of this investigation, and it was in daylight. But we put it in the grass. It was on a brick, but the grass was long.
So
So
the
we
glass
took that
could have
straight.
affected to it.
Correct, yeah. So me and the missus
Well,
decided.
Steph said, Steph was the first one to say, oh, that could have been a fly or grass,
Yeah.
because there was a lot of, like, you know, the big black flies around. So that obviously didn't go in the video.
See, that sort of thing, that's rare. That's rare from what I've seen, and I've watched a lot of groups on YouTube, they will straight away take that as clickbait.
But you see, there's other examples as well. I mean, when we were at the Chained Oak in Alton, we heard like something. What there was like a word we thought we heard, but then looking at Alex's footage, because he was recording at the same time, it was him doing a huff as he sat down. So obviously at that point, we ruled that out straight away, and that didn't go in the video.
It was at the Chained Oak, and it went, but it was like clear as day on the audio.
Oh yeah, that was it. It sounded like it said "oi."
Yeah, and then
it was Alex.
Yeah, and I reviewed Alex's footage, and he grabbed the chain. It was at the Chained Oak, and he sat down and he went, "Oh," exactly the same time. And I linked it up on After Effects, and it was the exact same. So Kim messaged the team and said, you know, we've debunked that straight away. We're not putting it in.
And that's good. That's kindly sorry. Yeah, you should be sorry. That's disgusting.
Yes, it is.
Yes, sorry. Yes,
abysmal.
You shouldn't be sitting down in an investigation.
Kick him from the chat mod.
Should we give him a timeout just for a little bit?
Yes, please.
Take a seat on the timeout step, Carnage, please. Thank you.
Get that light off. Right, come on then. You've made the ball light up once, so we know you can definitely. See what I mean?
Get a step closer as you turn away.
It's like that game. What's that game, Mr. Wolf, or whatever it is?
Yeah.
Like you turn away.
I've just heard what sounded like footsteps, and then I heard like a.
Like someone cleaning this in.
But in the distance, like a man.
Is there anyone there?
It's like galloping.
Yeah. Can you? Did you hear it then? Like a but like about 3 or 4 horses. Do you know what I mean? That noise.
I don't know what you call a group of horses. You call it a herd, I suppose.
A herd of horses.
I was going to say, but I didn't think it was that.
We're hearing this now, but the wind's died down.
Yeah, it does. It's no
If you look up at the trees,
Look at the trees, Chris. Show them that there's literally no wind at all.
Put your torch up.
But the owlbear was right there.
Sorry.
No movement whatsoever.
Down there.
Can you hold me to the right? Abby. Keys.
Just hear a car. Can't hear it now.
Did you figure what caused that? That bang of a large twig breaking.
I haven't clicked. Can we watch that little bit back again? Because I didn't hear that. Is that the branch snapping before?
Yeah, there was like a loud conk.
Yeah, I think that was one of us on a branch before the actual noise that we heard.
Okay.
But that was one of us moving.
Because the sound gives the impression, because it's quite gentle, it gives the
Yeah.
impression it's a long way
Just
away.
getting the necrophonic app out
Yeah.
before we go, just to see if anything wants to come
There
in.
was
We tried the EVP.
a
nothing.
hard twig snap, which was one of
Tried
us, and
the
then there was a
spirit
little
box,
twig
it's
snap
just
that
too
was
much interference
obviously
on the
quite
radio
far away that
station,
we
so
acknowledged on the video.
Try this.
Yeah, I saw the question marks come up.
Yeah, whenever the question marks come up, it's like instantaneously we line it up so that you can hear the
anyone here
noise
with us?
straight when them,
Yeah.
markers come up on the screen.
Okay.
How many of you are here?
That's like 10. That's where it's all the summer things said that.
How many of us are here?
I heard it say.
That said 4.
I'm sure that
Oh yeah,
said
it
4.
whispered.
Yeah.
It whispered. It went, and then something else came.
That's weird.
Do you want us to leave?
What's the way out? She just went out.
That way and then that way.
Were you surrounding us earlier?
Footsteps really close. Like really close.
I'm literally hearing stuff everywhere.
Is that you that we can hear walking around us? Hmm?
Yeah.
What's your name?
I will note that that's just said sorry, and I didn't even realise. And someone just said in your chat that it said, "Can you
Can
move?"
you tell us one of our names?
Just before the whisper.
Yeah, I heard what sounded like enemy
Can I say
just
your
before
name?
it said
Or
can you
did they say
move.
no one?
No one.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know.
And I thought it
mean
just
it's
said enemy
on?
again.
And Scotty's just heard that it said sounded like die, and I will note that confirming that there is a sound bank. Die does come through the latest video, so there is times where things are thrown up that are the same.
Yeah, it looks like Manu heard enemy as well. See, these apps
Where are we now? Can you tell us where we are? What the name of the place is?
should not be coming through on this app. It's not how they're designed.
No, there obviously
Yeah.
isn't words that's in this app. It's just sounds.
Turn this on now, okay?
Yeah. Just there you go. So if anything goes near that, it'll be
It's just come out with a castle as well, which is obviously convenient.
Convenient, that's where you are.
you have to leave the light on so we can see.
Yeah, can you go outside? Because I'm scared in case someone comes and grabs me. They'll grab you first. That's human, by the way, not kids.
Oh. Light balls going off.
Thank you.
What I find interesting in that is that one ball goes off and yet the REM pod and the
Thank
other
you.
light don't go off.
Yeah.
If it was an animal, all three of them would go off.
That's it.
Unless it was an insect, and I don't think insects can quite get them flashing, can they?
It's got to be a really big
bug.
There's times where we're in videos, in the past videos, where we've gone up and actually prodded it, and then it's finally gone off.
Considering you're in the middle of a forest, can't see anything.
There's something over there, and then I hear something over there.
Did you just sigh then, Chris?
Did
you just
you
sigh?
just hear something like,
No, I just heard it.
No, see,
No.
I heard like a,
No, I
I didn't hear anything.
cameraman Chris.
Creepy cameraman, Chris.
I tell you what though, guys,
Someone's
we have videos for quite a while here tonight, and
It's kicked off.
We did a Facebook Live here, as Alex has just said in the chat. That's why Kim's
More deep into
talking.
this, 'cause it was-
Okay. I was going to say, is that a Facebook Live or they do Twitter Live, Instagram Live or something like that?
Yeah,
Did
we were testing it.
quick one anyway, so we can try and see what the Facebook.
was there any
Live-
photos taken that night, or was that literally just a Facebook Live?
That's just been thrown.
That was just a Facebook Live at that point.
This has just been thrown through over there. I just heard it hit about. I hit it.
This was where something was actually thrown at us. Right then, guys, so we're back at the car now after being Castle Ring. Absolutely mental night.
Yeah, having things thrown at you is
We've had
usually a way to say, yeah, I think we're done now.
Yeah, on his way home. We've heard like horses, just hoping, because obviously we had issues with the camera and that last week, that's been like sorted out and that we've got the decent audio for the, make sure it's all picked up and everything. But what's everyone else think?
Yeah, it was good. Loads of activity. It was really good.
Yeah, he was really busy. There was it was like they were running rings around us, literally. Running rings around us. Running castle rings.
It's just a weird I've never heard.
But yeah, so we're gonna go home now. We're not gonna get home till after 1 o'clock, so on to the next one. Peace out.
Make sure you do that.
Yes.
Get on their channel and follow and subscribe. Right, now it's got to get everything back on again. Okay, now we're not going to the next one. So yeah, that was that's the sort of thing these guys do. That was, I personally like the fact that you debunk it while on the move. I like that. That's something that I like to see, because it's what I do, you know. As soon as I see something, straight away I try to debunk it the best I can. Nothing is paranormal until I have exhausted every other possible reason for an incident.
Yeah. But there is another side that we agree with, that if we don't know 100%, we should not say. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
like,
I totally agree.
When we spoke, you said like you heard a plane, but your teammate was saying it wasn't a plane. When you were like, yes, it was.
Yeah.
We say like, if we all agree as a team, we all heard the same thing, it was a plane, then it's a plane.
It's a plane. Yeah. That's a good. I think that's a good thing of having a big team, but not too big. Because it's clear you see that you all four of you trust each other. You can see that by the fact that when you had, from what you said about the sitting down, and there's no, you can just tell you've got that aura of a team that if someone says they heard something, then they heard something.
Yeah,
and then it's up to you to figure out what it was you heard. You know, and that's what's needed, especially with the way technology is nowadays, and more weird and wonderful stuff are coming up.
Yeah.
To help with the communication side of it now. The problem is when it comes to cameras, they're getting too good, and sometimes having the old Polaroid cameras will pick up something that a digital camera won't pick up.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of paranormal photos with the Polaroid pictures.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them, and I've actually got a few older photos, like this one. This was taken in 1956, I think it was, or 36. That is one of the most famous ghost pictures. That picture, that along with Ghostbusters film, got me into the paranormal when I was a very small lad. That pulls people right down the middle.
Yeah, see, I don't know. See, with me, it just looks too good to be true, to be honest.
It does.
Yeah,
that's my thing.
It does.
And I think with me being an editor and a designer, I could make that image the exact same how it is.
obviously
That's
back then though
why-
it was different,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Correct,
with the
yeah.
film and-
I mean, I think this was I think it was 36. That this appeared. This photo appeared. It could potentially be double exposure.
Yes, one
Because
film, like one
it's-
photo on top of another sort of
yeah.
thing on the old film.
It's got, because it does seem too good. It does seem too perfect.
But it does look a bit like a monk
It
at
does.
the same time.
It does. That's the thing about this one. This one, is a lot of people say no, this is fake. This is straight down. This is fake. And other people go, no, this is real.
The
See,
first
I
thing
don't-
I saw was like how they used to dress when the plague was out, even if they didn't have white masks.
Oh yeah, with the beak mask.
Yeah, that, yeah.
It's that one is that's a very hit and miss photo. If it's legit, then it's amazing.
Yeah.
I tend to find the ones that are more convincing for me are the ones where the spirit isn't centre frame.
Well, yeah, because I mean, how often are you going to snap a photo and then all of a sudden the spirit be right smack bang in the middle? You know.
Exactly. But that was one I remember seeing in the Reader's Digest book of the paranormal my nan had, and that blew my mind. As like a 10-year-old, that absolutely blew my mind. Seeing that and knowing that what was happening in Ghostbusters was real. This one I find more intriguing because the spirit in the red circle, or the figure in the red circle, isn't what the photo is aimed at.
True.
The only thing that see, this is where I'm very skeptical is with photos and things, because for me, could that be someone in the building leaning up against,
See,
you know?
I think that is a construction, because if they've got scaffolding, and you look at the picture on the left, that's a bare open roof. That's having construction work.
Yes.
That to me could be instruments, could be something to do with the construction.
Yeah, it could be anything that you
be
know.
like-
It could be a board leaned up with one of their helmets on top, or you know.
Exactly.
Half empty bag of cement, like leaning up.
Exactly. But you can see how people can instantly go, that's a ghost.
Oh yeah, 100%, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's what that as investigators, that's what we do. We look at that and we go, okay, so the photo's not about it, but you've got construction work. It's clearly a new build estate from the left side of the picture.
Yeah.
So could that be something to do with the construction of the house?
Yeah.
So that when I saw that, I thought that's interesting to talk about.
Yeah, see, the thing is for me as well with photos and things, like if I was there in that moment and took the photo and saw something and I knew that there was nothing there, you know, then obviously straight away I'm like, oh my God, that, you know, that's something, that's got to be something. But because I'm not there, that could be an object that's just placed there, and obviously, you know, they've looked at it later and thought it's a figure of some kind.
It's an interesting one.
And on the flip side, just say take away what we have said that it could be something to do with. Just say it is paranormal. What the hell could it have been? A kid with a small head? Or...
Exactly. Could it have been a child? Problem is, you don't know the distance between these guys at the front and the building.
Yeah.
It could have been someone looking out. This photograph raises a lot of questions on ifs and buts, maybes.
Yeah.
To me, the head looks square, like a really small square, and it wouldn't make sense for a spirit. If you zoom in. Oh, yeah, that's great.
If it's a spirit, it's got a hat on.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like it's got a tin hat on.
Like a baby.
It does look like a child.
Yeah,
I don't know what guys in chat think about that. Are we thinking yay, nay? What are we thinking?
I'm a defo nay.
I'm a nay, purely based on.
Can I be a May Bay?
A May Bay. You could be a May Bay. That one's a good one. This one, if I can find it, I wish I got a few. Now this one, very famous picture. This. I will explain it. This picture was taken by Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Wow, yeah.
After the Amityville incident. Now,
see, I just feel like that's too good to be true again, you know.
well, the interesting thing is, the Warrens team have documented that no one at that moment was in the house of a child. So you got to sort of take,
Yes.
you know.
I believe him.
But that little boy was actually, they actually got a picture of the little boy who was killed by, because at Amityville, I don't know if you're aware, and people in chat are aware, there was two incidents at Amityville. You had the event that they based the Amityville Horror on, which was the guy that went nuts and tried to kill his family, which they based the films on. But there was an event before that where a older brother went mad and killed his whole family and then killed himself. Now,
Right, yeah.
the picture that I've seen go inside it is that little boy is a spitting image of the youngest boy that was killed months before this photograph was taken.
Wow.
Okay. The thing is, for me, is obviously you've got to put the trust in the people that are taking the photo.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I've said to you before, unless I'm there and I'm witness to what's going on,
Oh,
I just really find it hard to, you know, especially when something's as clear as day like that, you
that's
know.
perfect. If that is a legit photograph, I think it depends on how, if you trust Ed and Lorraine Warren,
Yes.
if you trust
Yeah.
what they've said, in their many adventures.
I was going to say, see, they are like two of the most famous people for this
They
sort of
started
thing.
it all, didn't they?
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. I mean, he was the only non-ordained demonologist in history.
Yeah, see, the thing is, like, I do, you know, I do take all these sort of things with a pinch of salt just because I'm not there. That's the
Yeah.
only thing I can say about it, you know, like
Exactly. It's interesting. It's an interesting thing to, because you
Oh,
sort
yeah,
of,
definitely.
when you look at other people's work, that's your instant of, but were they lying? Were they?
Yes, that's always the question there. But, you know, people watching our videos on YouTube could say exactly the same thing about our stuff.
Exactly.
So, you know, it swings and roundabouts.
It's the pits and perils of being an investigator.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, I've got some videos of some thermal image that I've shot, which, you know, some people will look at and go, yeah, no, that's nothing. But others will go, oh yeah, that's something. And all I can say is I was there. I know what I saw. Sort of
This
thing.
is the thing, because like you see the big people like Ed and Lorraine Warren, them sort of people, you know, they were making a hell of a lot of money off the back of all this sort of stuff.
Oh God, yeah.
So could they have, you know, planted a few things to get, you know, to get themselves out there more? Whereas say like a group like yourself, you know, I'd probably be more inclined to believe, because, you know, you're not out there gaining anything from it. It's just your own personal experience.
Yeah, and same with you guys. We're not out there to make money. We're out there to investigate.
Yeah.
I think if you try to make money out of ghost hunting or investigating, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Unless you're lucky enough to get a TV deal, you're gonna fail.
Yeah. And I get approached a lot and saying, "Oh, as if you believe in ghosts and this." It's not that. It's we're out there trying to prove, trying to get it ourselves, trying to get it happen to us.
Exactly. Right, the other photograph I got is this one. Now, this one I find quite interesting. This was taken at the sanitarium.
Oh, this is where you were on about that you'd like to go into.
This is the place I want to go. It's one of the most haunted places in the world. For some reason, that just rings genuine to me. I don't know why. It's just something in the back of my head going, I think that's legit. Purely going on what I've seen and what I've heard, but I've never seen it with my own eyes.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? That's what it always boils down to.
I mean, you look at that. I don't know. That's been one photo that has always made me go, that looks legit. But but if someone said, why is that legit? I couldn't answer. It's just a gut feeling.
It literally just looks like a woman or a woman. I think
it looks like a very skinny woman standing at the door. But the problem is, I don't know. If I knew what floor this was taken in, then I can sort of work on, because a lot of the sanitarium, the higher levels, are basically condemned and death traps. But I don't know the story behind that photo.
Do you know, like, I was just about to say, do you know, like, what year or anything that was taken?
I think this was taken in the 70s, literally, but I don't
So
know. I
again,
don't know
it's
for
like-
sure. I don't know for sure. That's the problem. There's no date with this photo that I can find.
That's the thing, because if it was like the 70s, obviously it's the old style cameras and things again, isn't it? Like, you can pick up the noise in the camera and, you know.
I love all these old ghost photos. I think they're so
Yeah.
much better than the newer ones.
Oh, the newer ones, I think they're just too clear. Like, everything is so crisp.
I think the cameras digitally take too much stuff out. They
Yeah,
almost
because especially on
manipulate it.
smartphones.
Yeah, The problem is as well with smartphones, which is there's so many apps. Oh, you can add a ghost to this photo.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Well, to be fair, some of them look very good. You can tell they're not real, but they look very good. And that's the problem. I think something like this, because it being an old camera. I mean, Chris, you'd probably know more because you deal with this sort of thing. How easy are these old photos to manipulate?
You see, if I was editing an old photo, putting say a good quality picture of a person, because obviously I'm living in 2021, it is harder than back in the day. Like, you couldn't do it. It would be really, really hard because you've got to put like a lot of pixelate.
See,
You've got to put some distortion on it.
It's this bit. It's down here that interests me. I don't know if you can see it, but you see her back, and you see
yeah.
that
Oh,
black,
yes, it's like arched.
You can see the black. Well, not just that. If you follow it down the leg, you see that black square.
Yeah.
Yes.
Look at the door in front of it. That's a hinge. That's transparent. You can see a hinge.
Oh.
But then, if you look further down, you can see her feet.
It is a weird one.
And because you've zoomed in, look on the right side, the white, the blacks, everything is exactly the same.
Yeah.
It's not like
It's an odd
somewhat
one.
different. Like, she's not perfectly white, and that background's perfectly like
Yeah,
beige
exactly.
as such, like
Exactly.
a faded white.
It's that's one pic. I don't know why that's one picture that's always made me go, oh, okay.
Of all the pictures you showed so far, I'm with you on this one.
That's it's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah. That is crazy.
That is very true. Tell your memories. That is very true. Very true. Let's see. Alright, I'm gonna see if I can find my particular thing now.
This is what I've been waiting for.
Well, this is using a thermal imaging camera. I won't put the sound on because it's basically just my investigator leader sort of effing and blinding because it was freaking her out. So this is a thermal imaging camera that goes on to the bottom of a phone because I can't afford a full-blown thermal imaging camera. That costs lots of money. We were in a outhouse of an old mansion house in Kent, and it was like a hexagonal, it almost looked like a hexagonal gazebo. And my group leader is a medium, and she was picking up a basically a caretaker who was not happy we were there. And I've scanned around with the thermal, and I picked up what looks like a cold figure just to the right of where it says 14. You can see the body, and as it moves you sort of just capture the head, but when the torch goes across it, which is what you can see flashing, you can see it's just twigs. I don't know if you can see the figure.
Yeah.
And then
I
when
can
it's
see it.
moved, it's completely gone. There's no sign of it at all by taking half a step to the right. And it's got there's a line there, but it's not the same shape. That always intrigued me. I like to think it was the figure because she said he is standing at that doorway.
Yeah, so it kind of coincides with what she was saying as well.
Yeah. So I was trying to follow where she was saying he's standing in that doorway, and when you see a figure of the same of where she's describing, it does make you sort of go, well, hang on, because the next frame it's gone. And that was the furthest forward teammate, is the guy on the right, because he was trying to pinpoint where it was so he could go and have a look.
Yeah.
So you tell humans come up so much different to what that figure was, and it just went. It just completely disappeared.
So play that back, because I watched it. Is this zoomed in?
This is as far in as I can get. No, this isn't. No, this is just how the camera shows it.
Right, okay. Yeah, because...
So them lines, is that the...
The line's just in front of the set. Oh, I can't see. I wonder if I can make it so you can actually see my cursor, because I can try to point to stuff then.
I just want to like completely distinguish what. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's fair enough. No. Right. Right. Here, can you see my little mouse cursor? That is basically what, when they shine the torch, you get an image of what is really there. So
right, okay.
The trees and the twigs and all that sort of stuff.
Ah, right, yeah.
So, like there, that is parts of the forest, because it's quite a dense forest, and then this just random hexagonal building in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's a very odd place. If you ever come down, if it's not been fenced off, I will take you there and show you, and you will see exactly what I mean about being in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
So they're shining the torch where I was picking up this figure, and I believe it was Shelley. That was Shelley, who's our leader, and I've taken literally half a step to the right, and it had gone.
Ah, so do you mean like as if it was like a cool looking shadow?
Yeah, it's a shadow. It looked humanoid, but it was too cool. I mean,
that's what I mean, because I saw that like a long blue part.
Yeah, it's about 13 degrees, so it's too cold to be a person.
Well, yeah, definitely.
That's why I put that thermometer in the middle, so people can see what I'm aiming at and the temperature. So you can see how it shot up when she walked past. It went up to 19 and then went back down. But it had gone, and the temperature remained the same. Which is the whole area is really odd. But I got one of the team to stand there so you could see what a human figure looks like on the thermal.
Yeah.
So you can clearly distinguish that is a person. The temperature just didn't make sense, and it made me sort of go, hang on, that just doesn't. I'm not saying it's a ghost, far from saying it's a spirit.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting one. It's an interesting one.
What they say with apps and devices and that some can capture like manifestations.
Yeah.
And that looks to me like something's manifesting and goes.
Something's trying to appear there. Yeah. Let me just try to find the other one. Is this the other one? I've got about 5. I'm trying to. No, it's not that one. This. Right. Now, where we were the only 5 people in there, and all of my team were in the hexagonal circle at the time, and I caught this, which looks like it walks. It looks like it's walking.
Oh yeah.
And it goes.
Yeah, I can see the legs on that.
It goes behind the tree.
Oh, that's weird.
Oh shit.
And that's clear as day.
But when I go to the other side of the tree, it doesn't appear.
What?
Oh, could I drop chat?
Well, I would say that is completely, a lot more clear than the last video. But I could still see the last video. But that one's crazy.
I will play it again because some people in chat couldn't see it. Right, Bev, I don't know if you can see this better. I can't move my webcam, but I can just move chat. This here, well, I'm circling, is the coinciding object. But you can when I caught it, it didn't twig what it was until I looked at it again on the bigger screen, and I was like, that's got legs, that's walking. And then it goes behind this tree, which you can see as a tree.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it doesn't appear.
And it looks a bit like a figure as well, walking from the side. Do you know what I mean? Like if you saw like a person walking in the distance.
Yeah, and I couldn't find it. I was searching around and it didn't reappear.
And the thing is, you're the same distance from when you're on the right side of the tree to the left.
Yeah.
So no one could say, yeah, you moved a bit closer. Then obviously the heat was merging in, and
yeah, exactly.
You just moved the same distance from the right to the left.
Exactly, and it doesn't appear. And the way the area goes is there's no way, you can't just take a sharp right and disappear behind the tree, because you'll still see through the tree.
Yeah.
The way the trees are, it's a bit like that forest you were in. They're very small trees, but there's just a lot of them. And it literally walked.
Definitely, that one definitely looked like a figure to me.
I mean,
100%.
you can see it in between the tree. So there's one branch, there's one trunk.
Yeah, like it comes in and out, doesn't it?
And then it goes behind the second one, and that's the last you see of it.
Yeah.
And that's always been one that I've always wanted a second opinion on.
Well, if anything, I think that one's more, that one's definitely more clearer than the other.
I can't explain that at all. Like, at all. That one completely flummoxed me when I took it.
What about them two I sent?
Would you say
in the Discord, yeah. This is to do with conjuring. This was famous since the film come out. The jumping one, the girl jumping, or was she?
The Enfield haunting.
Yeah, I remember this one because obviously you're posting these now. I've just remembered this one.
No, that's good. No, that's good. See that. The Enfield haunting has always been one that's really confused me. That looks like a girl jumping off a bed.
It does.
That's what it looks like. It looks like a girl jumping off the bed.
Yeah, I think so too.
And I'm sure, I like to think that chat would possibly agree. I hope chat would agree that looks like a girl jumping off the bed.
100%.
I mean, in the end, the question I would ask is, if that was taken before the Warrens got involved, which apparently it was, why take a photo at that exact moment?
Yeah.
Who was taking that photo?
Exactly.
And not just that, but who has a camera to hand like that? In is it like the 70s or something? Yeah,
that was 70s. That was
77.
That was 70s, something like that. Yeah. So
I mean, it's not exactly as easy to just snap a shot as it is now. With like the phone cameras and things like that.
Exactly. It's not a picture. It's not something that you can get an infrared camera to suddenly go, oh yeah, take a picture. It's that someone has to physically stand there and take that photo. So
100%. Yeah.
Why is there someone in the girls' room for what would apparently be no reason? And why take a photo at that exact time?
Well, this is the thing, because I mean, like, if one of my kids was rising off a bed like that, the last thing I'd think about would be to snap a shot.
Exactly.
I'd be dragging them down.
It would be. Yeah. It would be. Kids, pack your bags. We're leaving.
Yeah, right now.
But on the flip side, the video of that same girl later on, whenever it was, talking in a different language. Well, not language. Sorry, I apologize. In a different voice.
Yeah.
That was kind of mental. I know the film played it massively, like, they did it really good, but on the actual footage, she just put a bit of a voice on like this.
Do you know what? I was always a bit unsure about that until. Did you ever remember watching or ever see the BBC show Ghost Watch?
No,
I've never watched that.
They banned it because it scared. I think it actually caused the death of like 2 people where they were so scared.
Wow.
It was basically a house, the first ever live investigation. This was in the 80s, and it had Sarah Green, Craig Charles, and it was a house of a woman and her 2 kids, and They were haunted by a spirit called Mr. Pipes. Now, that had the girl getting scratched. It had demonic voices. It had dodgy photos, banging. It had all of this sort of stuff, even thermal stuff. It had, and it looked so real that people were scared to death. So they banned it. It's on Shudder, I believe, and you can find it if you search on YouTube. You just got to bear with it to find the right one. But
see, the thing is for me, like with all of this sort of thing, like a lot of them seem to have like got ideas from The Exorcist, I think, because that was the first major crazy film like that with someone, you know, being taken over, and then all of a sudden these crop up, all these different things with the same sort of idea. So it's like as if it's all again like theatrical, you know, like do you believe, do you not believe, like, you know, you're one way or the other. But it just seems funny because nowadays, you know, if that was real, why isn't it happening so much now? Because surely to God, you know, it wouldn't just stop, would it? It would carry on.
Exactly. I think with the whole possession thing, I mean, I've read the reports and the true story on The Exorcist, and it's hard to read. It's not a nice story to read, even though it's, you know, it's based on a little boy. The original true story is based on a little boy, but the problem is, I think back then when all these events were taking place, the church had such a hold on people, and I think now,
yes, it was all religion, wasn't it?
Yeah, now that's not there. People want to see scientific. They say, fine, your kid's floating 10 foot above the bed. Prove it.
Yeah, exactly. That is the thing now. Everyone's a lot more skeptical, which is good because, you know, could you imagine if we all walked around believing that, you know, people are flying off beds and things?
Exactly. And the problem is now that because of the way mental health has improved so much since the 70s, people saying, "Oh, I'm not me, I'm someone else," and putting on voices.
Oh yes.
Now they're sort of going. Now they're sort of going. Well, no, you're not possessed. You've just got a problem.
Yeah, like a disorder or whatever it might be.
You've got, whether it be bipolar or
personality,
else,
you know, that.
Whereas back then, mental health had such a stigma.
Yeah.
That instead of being you're either sane or it's a demon, because we can't explain it, we can't understand it. So it's something unworldly, and that's not. And now, the way science has gone, it's now the complete opposite. Where I think even now, if something like that happened, it would, yes, like Scott said, split personality, associative identity disorder, all this sort of stuff. You could aim at The Exorcist and say, well, why wasn't it that?
Yeah, exactly.
And even if you go back further through the years, if a woman was ugly, they would be deemed as a witch.
Yeah. Exactly.
Or
so
rich.
Due to, and that's all that religion stranglehold. And when Amityville happened and the Conjuring House, if what happened in these places is legit, then it needs to be investigated more.
Yes.
You know? I mean, the Conjuring House has no one living in it. That's the only thing that makes me think there's something going on there, because no one lives in that house.
In the Conjuring House?
The Conjuring House. The house that the Conjuring was based on. Not the actual film, not the house in the actual film.
I don't know, because I've watched some YouTubers do investigations that I'm sure that there's a man that lives in there. I could be totally wrong. I could be thinking about something else.
It might be now, but I know there was. I know there's an owner, but I'm not sure if he actually lives there.
Ah, right, okay.
Well, whoever it is, balls of steel.
Yeah, big time. It's like the house in Pontefract, where they based.
Yeah, that's a place that we've been on about going to.
Yeah, see, that's a place that I want to get my hands on. But that again, but no one lives there. It's owned, but it's actually owned by the producer of. There was a film called When the Lights Go Out, which was based.
Oh yeah.
The producer of that film bought the house, so he owns the house, and that's why there's no one living there, because he literally rents it out, so investigators can pay to go in there.
Yeah, to go and do an investigation.
And even when you look at the website, they say very few people will last the night.
Yes, I have, because I've inquired recently actually about going there for us, and it does say that on the website, like, you know, you go there at your own risk. Don't go there if you've got heart problems and blah 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 blah.
Do not use Ouija boards under anything. Which, I mean, personally, I don't know what your guys' view on Ouija boards are. What's your view on Ouija?
We've had an experience on it, haven't we?
Yeah, we had one experience, but the only thing is that with that experience, you can't again say 100% because we didn't know the two people that were on the board with us, because again it was at a Most Haunted event. So you know that's where the issue lies.
Yeah, I'm very much the same when it comes to Ouija boards.
I mean, I can honestly say that we've never tried it as a group, and we were on about it the other night, actually, saying, you know, Steph said that she was on about getting one. I mean, the thing is, these things are always worth a try, but, you know, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, does it? Because we're not going to sit there moving a glass or anything. And the problem is, as well, is it doesn't help the viewers, does it? Because they could just say, yeah, you're moving it. So then, therefore, you're not getting any proper evidence then, are you?
Ouija boards, table tipping, glass divination is too easy to go. That's not real. Unless the glass is moving on its own, or the planchette is moving on its own, or the table flipping over. That's not evidence. No self-respecting investigator is going to go, oh, I was on a Ouija board for an hour and I got this name and date, and it just happens to be the owner. Well, okay, so you looked at a history book.
As a duly
exactly. That's the thing, and you can never prove, and that's,
I order you to cease any and all supernatural activity and return forthwith to your place of origin, or to the nearest convenient parallel dimension.
Thank you for the sub. Thank you. Welcome. It's that sort of thing. The whole Ouija boards. I mean, I've been to investigations where I've been part of the crew doing it, and it's been like these. It's been a bit like the Most Haunted tour. You know, the group sell tickets and they do the investigation, and you just sort of are there to watch and observe. And when you sit there,
we saw, we kicked its ass.
Thank you for the follow, Jane. Thank you. And you sort of watch it, and you're thinking, you just sit there and look at these people, and you're like, how are you enjoying this? I can blatantly see you're pushing the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why?
See, the thing is with the Most Haunted experiences, you know, obviously that got us started off because they involve you. So obviously, you know, you get involved, you use their equipment, blah, 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 blah. But the problem is when for an example, we went to Shrewsbury Prison on one, and there was just so many people there that the people that were in our group that you see on our videos now, you know, we were stood at the bottom of the stairs and we were asking out, and then you've got people coming walking down the stairs, and it's just like absolutely pointless. So that's at that point then we were just like, you know what, we just best doing it on our own, you know.
Yeah, I have to admit I was the same thing. I did a couple of these tours, and it's there's too much contamination. Much contamination.
I have sent a picture and a mini video. One is the hanging man someone's asked us to look at.
Is that on
Discord? Yeah. I haven't seen this personally. I just wonder what you think.
Let's have a look. Let's open the original. Yes. Oh, yeah. Do you know what? I wasn't going to put this in this because this picture intrigues me.
I've never seen this before until today.
I don't know.
I don't know. I mean,
why would the family be sitting there laughing, not acknowledging?
Yeah, but then also what I think to myself is, come on, why are they not in the middle of the picture? Why is there only just enough space for the man to dangle down next to where the family is sitting? Like, surely the family should be smack bang in the middle of that picture. Do you know what I mean?
And also, I don't know if they celebrate Halloween, but I don't know. I'm not really great at this, but were they doing Halloween, and was that like a fake body? I don't know.
I mean, yeah,
that's too much of a setup for me. That is.
But over a candle, though.
That's too convenient.
That is so too convenient. That is,
to me, yeah, that's too. That to me is too. We'll take this photograph of you four, but I'll leave a few foot to the left.
Yeah, exactly. Why would you do that?
yeah, it's them sort of things that make me sort of go, really.
Yeah, definitely. I don't believe that one at all. And you know, like I say,
Carnage.
they should be in the middle.
Carnage is saying in the chat that the family had no knowledge of the man apparently, so there must have been some history behind the image, some interview about it.
Could be. Could be. It just doesn't.
It is easy to debunk. It's more easy to debunk than believe.
I mean, are the cameras that would have been taken at that time capable of that blurry image?
Exactly. Is it clothing hanging over a door as such, a wall? I don't know.
Hey,
The problem is, as well as the cameras were so rubbish then, really, you know,
Yeah,
could that have been something else that's just not the right lighting to pick up?
Yeah, or is it like the father of the kids thinking, oh, this will scare the shit out of the kids, and as he's falling, they're taking a photograph. The next photograph is him flying flat on his back.
Man after me own eyes.
But what is interesting, going on what Scott's saying, probably not so much to smoke the head, but it does look like a mannequin.
Yeah.
It's the blurriness of the arm movements and the head movements that I'm intrigued with.
Well, if I'm honest, if you look at the left arm, it looks like it's got a shadow behind it on the wall behind.
Ah, it does, yes.
So there must have definitely physically have been something there for the light not to pass through him.
Yeah, I think that was the dad trying to scare the kids.
Definitely.
And they've taken a photograph, and it just happens to be the perfect moment before he's flat on his back. That's what I think. Looking at that, I've seen this picture before, and it's never rung right with me, because you've got shadow from the candle. I mean, it wouldn't be a lot of shadow, but if that's behind the two, you've got no form of shadow around the other two.
Yeah.
And yet all the shadows on the left. There's a candle there.
Yeah.
So you've got a candle creating light and shadow, and yet everyone on the... It almost looks like two separate photos.
Yeah, it does.
I was just about to say, to help the photo, kind of.
You can see a line there. If you look there, you can see a line. And it just happens to be that the hanging man's one side of that line. But then you have got a line the other side.
Yeah, because that candle should light him up if it was...
Yeah, that's true. You
a
know,
mannequin or something. I don't know.
There's no shadows on these women. If the candles were that bright...
Yeah,
and
exactly.
He was behind them, then why's he got such a pronounced shadow and these two haven't?
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of them.
As Scott said, easy to hide a scene within a line. I've done it myself with split screen. So that's... If that shot was even a couple of meters further out, so you could see the whole room and roof, and still had it there, that's a different... That's a different photo.
Carney just said the family had no knowledge of the man. Apparently, like I said before, they might have been questioned and seen the image, going, "What the hell is that?"
Well, yeah.
So at that time, so that could be an unedited photo.
But what I also think to myself is, again, you know, this was a time where the paranormal and everything was so rife. You could get famous from something as simple as that. So were the family just looking for a bit of extra money? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, one photo and you're in every single newspaper.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is exactly. Whereas now, apps can do that for you, and every picture you can pick apart. I think what hasn't helped the whole credibility of this is when you've got programs like Most Haunting, blatantly faking a apparition.
Well, this is a thing, because I mean, me and Alex, we were big, massive Most Haunted fans growing up, because you know, when you're younger as well, you're a lot more naive. You don't come up with these, you know, excuses or reasons. Sorry, like for what it could be. Do you know what I mean? And Alex, more recently, I went up their house because he was like, "Come and look at this. Come and look at this," and he showed us a video on, you know, one of the Most Haunted, and I can't remember exactly what it was, whether it looked like one of the EMFs, I think it was, if I'm right, Alex, just comment. It looked like it was placed there after, do you know what I mean? Like it was pixelated and the rest of the video wasn't. And then,
Yeah.
you know, you see these things where we've watched like the most recent ones where they hear footsteps so loud, and you just think, come on, it's feels a bit far fetched now. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think people have got savvy to it now, which is, I mean, I think back in the time it was basically the first of its kind, and I think now people have got savvy to it because they're doing it themselves.
Yeah, this is exactly what I said, because I said, you know, it makes it less believable now you do it yourself, because, you know, you constantly like come forward, walk towards us, and you get a couple of
Yeah,
you know, that's all you get.
Yeah,
Not
I mean,
a big
how many
bangs.
times have you gone into a location, and all of a sudden gone, is there anyone here, and got two huge crashes? Doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't. This is what
doesn't happen.
Because we were watching the latest video the other week, and I was sat there saying to Chris, but why don't we get this? Why don't we get this? But, you know, it's probably because it's just not real.
And we went to a prison, didn't we? And it was tapping. We went in. There's been many places that we've been, millions of tapping, and it's been there right in front of us. But to get ourselves, it's really, really hard.
What I have noticed, and you know, one thing to pinpoint with that, it was like, you know, the tapping only happens when Carl was there. The table vibrating only happened when Stuart was on the table, and things like that.
It's convenient. It's convenient.
Yeah, and that's what Alex said. The K2 looks like it was a copy and pasted. There was a square around the K2 on the floor that looks like the footage was pasted in. Yeah, that's what I was trying to explain before.
Which is sad. It's sad that you have to do that. Right, I found the video of Matt's VFL box being on Paranormal Lockdown. I found it on YouTube, and there's a video I want to show you before we end of a ball moving on Facebook Live from our team, and guttingly I wasn't there because I'd have loved all that. Right, so this is my team's claim to fame. This is the clip off of Paranormal Lockdown with Nick Groff. And
hey, it came from the dungeon.
It's clear that
I watched all of these when they were on TV, the Paranormal Lockdown.
But we only have a few hours left in our investigation. We prepare a detailed experiment with both audio and visual devices in order to document any spirits.
So that is basically a really old TV, and this little thing here is a webcam recording that, and then it's sending that image in circles. So it's basically showing what the webcam's picking up, and the webcam's picking up what's on the TV.
Right, okay.
So it's basically a feedback loop.
Manifest.
So one of the things we have tonight, we're going to use thermal again, because Rob felt something and he said it felt cold.
You must have a clever friend.
Obviously means that
Matt's brilliant. Matt is brilliant. He makes
box created
so
by
many
Matt
boxes.
Payne will allow us to use the video feedback looping method, and I really believe that spirits use light in this wavelength, and they can actually communicate with us a lot easier that way. We're also going to project the image of the VFL box right onto the wall over here, so we can see anything in real time.
Old analog equipment doesn't filter things out like modern equipment does. So if we use a vintage...
And that is exactly what we've just been saying. Modern stuff filters out little things that happen on the cameras, whereas the old stuff doesn't.
Camera, we have a vintage Polaroid right here.
Well, the thing is, there's a lot more like white noise and things like that on the older stuff, isn't there?
Yeah.
Here in the basement.
Ready? We're here to figure out what's going on with this jail, why you're haunting it. What happened to you? Can you show yourself? Can you try to use all your energy? Use the light. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Katrina.
What?
I heard a thud over there.
Who's down here?
What was that?
What's wrong? What?
Holy
Don't worry, we don't get the ad break.
What was that?
What's wrong?
Holy
What?
I think I just saw something appear on the projector. I saw some figure kind of come up really quick and go away.
It was on the projector?
Yeah, it came through the VFL box. Seeing this figure that we documented on the VFL device, I can't believe we actually captured something. It could be the same entity that I actually saw.
See it? The outline of it? shoulder, head, body. Probably see it better further. Yeah, you see, you can see the head, shoulder. Now I've seen this box in real life, and this sort of image doesn't. It's a bit like the old spirit boxes with the full words. That sort of thing shouldn't appear.
Right, okay. I can't see very clearly.
It's not a great video. I'll send you over the link so you can have a look after the stream. But it's basically you've got the movement going across, and on the far corner, literally right against the edge of the screen, you see like someone stand up, and then it stops. So that, and Nick even said to Matt that he would admit he didn't think that would work.
Wow.
He even admitted that he was actually genuinely surprised on how well that worked.
That's good then.
So, and this is my team. I say my team. They're not my team. I'm with them. But this was actually, they got this evidence from 2014, and then it shoots forward to a Facebook Live where they actually caught it live on Facebook of a ball moving. So this building that they're in, one of our team members, Karen, works at a care centre for disabled people, and it is so active that other groups in Kent want to rent it out, because every night something's happening. The staff all know it happens because they live with it. The people that go there for care know the spirits by name. It's that active.
Really?
It's that active. But it's like our little cave of wonder because we know the person that runs it. But it's spectacular. This is a little bit of info on it.
Look, I've got some balls for you. Would you like to play with these little balls?
No childish laughing in chat.
Push one. Move one. Oh my god. Thank you. Wow. Thank you, sweetheart. Could you do it again for us? Move one. Oh my god. Thank you.
Spirit. Now Karen informs.
Oh my god.
Karen informs me that happens regularly. That is a regular thing in that building, and this is the same room. And this was actually caught on live Facebook because my team didn't actually see it. Someone on Facebook actually said, "I think the ball's moved," and then they react to it. I think, if I remember rightly, I wasn't there, but it's still pretty spectacular.
Come forward and move that ball for us, please.
How that rolls was weird. Like, that was crazy.
Yeah, it doesn't roll like it would if it was on an uneven
Spirit, come
floor.
forward and move that ball for us, please.
Well, I definitely saw that rolling there in front of him.
Whoa, oh, that just moved. Yeah, it definitely did.
The very controlled movement.
Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's really because it's not as if someone's just like knocking it, is it? It's like as if
it's like a controlled movement, just a little bit, not quite a full.
Yeah,
turn.
like as if they've just grabbed it and just
yeah
manoeuvred it slightly.
Yeah, that's a very mad place, very crazy place. I'm hoping to do more investigations there once my team come off of COVID stoppings, because it's spectacular. It's a spectacular location. Lots of evidence we've had there. So yeah, hopefully we can sort out something where the team that I'm with and you guys, we can collab together on something. I need to talk to the powers that be.
Oh yeah, that would be brilliant.
To make that possible, because I think it would be good. I think it would be good to have the southern point of view with the northern point of view, and sort of getting in locations where either you guys haven't quite got the numbers or we haven't quite got the numbers, because I think the style of investigation is very similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we spoke about this before, didn't we? That we would definitely collab and we would push each other, that promote each other, and
I mean, I want to make this. I want to make these sort of things sort of maybe once a month. If people in chat and you guys are happy to do that once a month, just sort of go over. If you guys have got good evidence, bringing that to the table. When I'm back out there, I bring evidence and we go through it all. And
oh yeah, that'd be brilliant.
And it gives you guys a bit of exposure. It gives me a bit of exposure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we all work together, And if chat want to see it, if chat want to see more, I'll make it happen. It will happen. If no doubt on that, it will happen. But I won't keep you any longer, as it's gone on a lot longer than I was expecting. Everyone in chat, if you don't already, make sure you go and follow IconjureTV. Where did you get the name from, IconjureTV, by the way?
It was just something I come across, and I'd seen no one used it, and it just went from there. That I spoke to Kim about it, and we decided, let's go for it.
Yeah, these guys are the Apple version of Paranormal Investigation team.
I have got something for you, but let me just see if I can send it on Discord.
Do you really want to send that, or do you want to wait until next week when the video
No,
releases?
I did promise him that. He didn't ask for it. I did say I'd show him, and he was like, yeah, okay, that sounds great.
Oh yeah, well that's brilliant, like what we picked up
if
last
you can
weekend.
throw up some images or something while I sort this out, then, or some chat.
No, we'll just talk waffle. We'll just talk waffle. So guys, if you want to see more, let me know. If you want to see more, hit that follow button. Get involved. Make sure you follow IconjureTV. Like I've said multiple times tonight, this is a good team. These guys are worth following, worth watching. They've come up with some fantastic evidence. Evidence that me being a picky sod, even I can't figure out how some of the stuff's happened. So that's always a good thing. I can't debunk, apart from possibly that bike, but it was actually the noise before, which I didn't realise.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't the car or the bike, what we were on about, because obviously that's so obvious. It's in your face.
Yeah, but the fact that I then heard it later with the woman.
Yeah.
So. Oh, Scotty, don't worry. I have got plans for Alien Stream, Sasquatch, demons. What are your guys' views on the whole demon thing? I know me and Chris spoke about this earlier off stream.
Yeah, see, like, with the demon thing, I've had nothing happen to me that's kind of like aggressive. Do you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, it's very timid, the kind of stuff that we've had, voices or flashy balls or things like that. It's not been anything demonic where we've been like, things have completely moved or stuff has been like we've had one item thrown at us, which I don't exactly know what it was that was thrown, but
okay. I mean, I've been scratched twice now, and that was my own fault because I pushed it too far. And I would admit that. I would admit that at the time it was my first investigation with my new team, and I wanted to impress. And we went to a pub in Sheerness, which is just off like Thames Estuary sort of area, and we picked up on EVP and everything else a very nasty guy in the basement who hated women. Now, I've got issues with people hurting women. I've got issues with men hurting women. It's just a natural thing for me. So instantly, I'm on the attack with this spirit who wants to hurt and do some very nasty things to the girls that were on the investigation. It was 12 girls, and there was 3 guys. So I've straight away gone on the defensive, and I've basically said to the governor, I said, right, you girls go upstairs. Me and Callum, who is Shelley, the boss lady's son, we went down to into the cellar, into this little room which is in like the arse end of this cellar, and I'm basically calling this guy out, hardcore calling him out, as if I would do if he was alive. Yeah, as if he was alive. I was like, don't you dare touch these women, or you're gonna have hell to pay. Me being stupid, I didn't know what I was dealing with. All of a sudden, Callum's heard a growl behind him. He's turned round, and I've had a gust of wind in my face, and I've then got a scratch on my arm, which, to be fair, freaked me out. And I was like, yeah, okay, I'm done now, and we left. And luckily, that was about 6 o'clock in the morning. We finished at 7. So,
Jesus.
I even stuck my head back through the door and apologised, because I was scared that it was then going to follow me. Yeah, and even Shelley made sure that she saged me and him to make sure that nothing was going to follow us. It was terrifying. It's not demonic. It's just pushing something that's nasty too far. But now I'm older, wiser, and slightly less stupid. I now know not to do that sort of shit.
Yeah.
Because you just don't do that sort of shit. I don't have access to what you sent me.
Oh, I need to give you access then. Hang on 2 secs.
So, when it comes to demons, as I was saying to Chris earlier, I'm an atheist. I don't believe in God at all. I don't believe in heaven. I don't believe in hell. I don't believe in angels. I don't believe in devils.
Yeah, that's the same as me, to be honest. I'm exactly the same.
I do believe that energy doesn't die. That energy cannot be destroyed. It just changes.
Yeah, see, this is a thing, isn't it? Like, what is the paranormal?
Exactly. I mean, my view, and I was talking to Chris earlier, I think it's all different planes. Like almost different
planes.
Yeah, almost different not. Since when you say dimensions, people suddenly think Hollywood, but no, it's.
So do you mean like say like we're living our life here on Earth, and there's also another, someone else living here on Earth that we can't see, or do you know what I mean? Is that what you
like a veil of like another veil where the energy, when you die, instead of the energy disappearing, because it can't, energy doesn't disappear. Physics have shown this. It goes to that part. It moves.
Yes, to somewhere
transfers. And these demons, even we've done the bunnies, these demons are souls that are stained and tainted.
Yeah.
And the only way they know how to continue existing is by feeding off the anger and fear. So it's basically, I'm trying to sort of dumb it down. It's going to sound Hollywoody, but when I've looked into it's almost like a fear vampire.
See, we were saying like, I think we were having a bit of a discussion on one of the nights when we were out, and we were saying, what if we are not even, like, what if we're not here? They are there. They are where do you know what I mean? It's confusing, isn't it? Like, but say we think that we're alive and they think that they're alive, and we're both trying to contact each other, and this is what happens.
Yeah, that's pretty much, that's what I believe when it comes to demons and angels.
I think it's a good theory.
It's one and the same. It's one and the same.
You should have access to them.
I have now. Are you happy with this going on full screen so everyone gets a sneak peek?
Yeah. The first one's the one where the ball lights up. It doesn't matter which way you show them, but
Yes, it's in your face.
Yeah, you might want to turn the audio off and all.
Yeah, because you'll just have me talking in the background.
Okay. Right. So so give us the backstory.
So the right ball is shaking. So prior to this, you'll see on the other video, the ball lit up, and it moved after it lit up, and then it moved again.
Yeah, you can see it shaking.
But as well, we had the Spirit Talker app going, and it said over here, which obviously isn't in this footage, which will be released.
You'll see the whole background sort of thing of what it is.
Yeah.
Because I think it all pieces together. You see just that, but you don't. We didn't actually see it move then, was it? It was after that.
Oh, okay.
That Chris and Warren saw it move, but I was videoing the Spirit Talker app at the time, so I didn't pick it up. So I thought we'd totally missed this movement of the ball. And then when Chris went through the footage this morning to have a look, he noticed that it actually moved when I was filming the balls prior to them actually seeing it move.
Okay. Was the Spirit Box talking at the same time?
It's the Spirit Talker app.
So the first time...
And that was talking out at the same time?
Yeah, so we had the Spirit Talker app running, and then the ball lit up, and he said, over here. And then Kim obviously was filming the balls, but looked away at the app,